Alright, also look, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about Uncle Fester, aka Dana White, just recently dropping two absolute bombshell fight announcements, and the MMA community all across the world, including myself, are extremely hyped. We've got the trilogy. Max Blessed Holloway versus Dustin the Diamond Poirier 3 for the BMF title, headlining UFC 318 in New Orleans on July 19th. But not just that, we've got the return of Marty from Nebraska, Kamaru Usman, who's set to take on Joaquin Buckley in the main event of UFC Atlanta on June 14th. And look, y'all, both of these fights are extremely massive, and not just because of the names involved, but because of everything riding on them. And in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down each fight and talking about what's at stake and giving my super duper early pre-fight predictions based on everything we know so far. So with that being said, without further ado, let's get right in to the video. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share so you can help me reach 2,000 subscribers by May. I'll deeply appreciate you. And make sure you join the official UFC Discord, link in the description. Alright, so look. First up, we've got Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier 3. And look, y'all, what a fight this is gonna be. I mean, this is set up to be Dustin the Diamond's last fight in the UFC, and honestly, there's really just no better way for the Diamond to go out. And so you see, fighting another legend like Max Blessed Holloway for the BMF belt in front of a crazy New Orleans crowd? I mean, come on, that's just about as good as it gets, honestly. Now, if we're being real, this is a very winnable fight for Dustin the Diamond. And so you see, when you look at the tail of the tape, he's already 2-0 against Max Blessed, even though those fights were ages ago, with the first one being in 2012 when Max was only 19 years of age and Dustin was only 23. And guys, I'm 19, so it really puts things into perspective, But you see, taking that into account, Dustin the Diamond's been in the lightweight division for years, while Max Blessed, on the other hand, is still kind of growing into the division himself. And in their second fight especially, Dustin the Diamond's power punching, especially when he threw in combinations, gave Max Blessed all kinds of problems. And with the BMF title on the line, you already know that Dustin the Diamond Poirier is gonna bring that type of pressure. Then again, we cannot sleep on Max Blessed. And so with that being said, after this fight was officially announced, I saw a good amount of backlash on social media saying stuff like, this fight means nothing, and regardless of the winner, who really wins? And to that, I say, we win. The fans are truly the real winners of a brawl like this. Not to mention, if Max Blessed can really pull this off, then it could launch him straight into a lightweight title shot. I mean, he's already knocked out the third-ranked Justin the Highlight last year in a 5-round domination into a brutal flatline KO. So if he beats Dustin the Diamond as well, then he could easily jump guys like Charles Oliveira, Charles Du Bronx, and maybe even Arman Tsarukyan in that title picture. I mean, he is a fresh new face, so the chances aren't impossible. And so even though it's not an official title eliminator, this fight has huge implications on both of their careers. So for my super duper early fight prediction, I'm gonna be riding with Dustin the Diamond Poirier on this one. I just feel like his size, his power, as well as his ability to put combinations together will give Max Blessed a hell of a lot of trouble once again. Plus, with this being his last dance, I think that Dustin the Diamond is gonna dig deep and go all out for the win. But then again, this is a Dustin Poirier title fight, and we all know how cursed Dustin the Diamond is when it comes to the strap being up for grabs. So we'll just have to wait and see. Now let's talk about the other big fight announcement, that being the Nigerian Nightmare, Kamaru Usman versus Joaquin Buckley. And this one's going down June 14th at UFC Atlanta, and it's gonna be fireworks. I can already smell it. And look, y'all, it's almost been 2 whole years since we've last seen Marty inside of the octagon. His last fight was against Khamzat Chimaev in 2023, and now he's jumping back in against one of the hottest surging contenders in the welterweight division. I mean, Joaquin has been on an absolute tear since moving back down to 170, stacking up 6 straight consecutive wins, 4 of which by TKO. He even knocked off guys like Colby Chaos, as well as a Stephen Waterboy Thompson back to back, which ain't no joke. That being said though, even with Buckley's momentum, as well as the age difference, I still do believe that this fight's a lot closer than people might think. I mean, Marty's obviously not the same guy he was during his insanely legendary title reign. I mean, dog, his knees are basically just chicken cartilage at this point. But he still got that elite jab, that straight right hand, and some of the best wrestling defense in the division. Then again, Joaquin is definitely the faster, more explosive guy at this point, but I don't think either one of them is gonna have a huge wrestling advantage going into this fight. I honestly see this being a striking battle where it just comes down to fundamentals versus explosiveness. But then again, whoever wins this one is probably going to be right in the mix for a title shot as well, especially with Islam Makhachev hinting at moving up and the entire welterweight division sort of being in a weird flux right now. But for my super duper early fight prediction, I might have to give the slight lean toward Marty from Nebraska here. And look, I know how this sounds. I just trust his experience as well as his technique just a little teeny weeny bit more, even if Buckley's athleticism makes things interesting, which it without a shadow of a doubt will. But it's a close fight though, and I wouldn't be surprised either way it goes, honestly. Though that 2-year worth of ring rust will play a humongous factor, I can promise you that. But at the end of the day, Uncle Fester's given us 2 absolute bangers to look forward to this summer. And whether or not it's Dustin the Diamond riding off into the sunset with a huge win, Max Holloway shaking up the lightweight division, Marty showing that he still got it, or Joaquin taking over 170, these fights could seriously change the entire landscape of both their respective divisions. So I implore y'all to buckle up, because this summer's about to get wild. But that's all I've got to say for this video. Let me know in the comment section below, what are your guys' thoughts with the 2 new banger of announcements left to us by Uncle Fester, Dana White? Joaquin Buckley versus Kamaru Usman, and Max Blessed Holloway versus Dustin the Diamond Poirier 3. Let me know in the comment section below. But that about wraps up the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.